Hello, I'm Yunsang, and you can call me John, and welcome to my channel. Let's start this watercolor talk. Yeah, last time I painted this port scene. Today I want to travel with watercolor to a calm street. So have fun. I will use Saunders Waterford Rough paper and mostly Daniel Smith's watercolor paint. And I will start with this holder with graphite. It's a 4B holder, so it's quite smooth. So let's start. Yeah, this is I will change the ratio because it's very narrow, but I will change with a landscape fill. So first I decide where is the center element. I think deadly mostly artists don't want to put the center. It's deadly center zone, we call it. So I remove, no, not remove. I move the object a little bit this way, and I put man figure two figure, one man and one woman. So this is my main stories, and I got the eye height. It's the most important thing in the scene, so through that I can measure the first floor. It's halfway up of eye height. So this is the first floor, and same amount, but focus on here. This is the vanishing point. I think it's a little bit uphill, but I want to keep the not uphill. How can I say? Just a road. Okay. Maybe third floor, right? So one more. So this way. I extend this area, not this area, because this area is bright area. Hello, Wafa. Nice to meet you. Welcome here. And I put the dark area not that much, because if the dark area are too much, it's not so good. Too dark. And you also have to avoid this corner. Do not poke the line with. So keep the distance. So in this case, here is the first floor, and second floor, third floor. If you understand basic perspective rule, they are really convenient. Even you change the scene, it gives some reliable environment, but you have to keep the vanishing point very well. So I change perspective too, and some element can be changed because of that. So, okay, many details are not important. You should be careful about the story of the scene, and you are the boss. You are the director of the painting, so think about that. If there are many unnecessary things, you can remove or you can edit. And some, I hope these are my dark areas and light areas there. Okay, then let's start the sky. I put cobalt blue mostly, but I mix a little bit warm colors. Do not use the pure pigment. It's better to mix a little bit. So I start with blue sky, but I also think about the highlight. So I had to be careful about that. If you lost your white, you can use some thicker watercolor paint like as titanium white or some gouache, white gouache, but it's better to keep white, pure white. So if it's possible, please leave your white well, because the white area in the paper expressed light very well. Okay, I put some colors to indicate roof, but you don't need to do exactly same roof color, but it's better to use some warm color a little bit. So like as before, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask while I'm painting. Okay, this is the focal area, so I will come back later. And I will keep some white space here for the express the light. So I will use paper towel. to remove the pigment. Paper towel are also very good material to use. So, it's a kind of another brush. Okay, head. And the skin tone. You also can change the people's clothes and their look. Their clothes color, everything. But try to keep them in your painting because people, figures in your painting give more some active object. Okay, when you paint some plant, you can use the brush tips. It's very unique. Now I paint this area but with some cooler color. It's very warm in the reference, but I want to be cooler. There are many reasons. Careful about the brighter area. Usually some dark area have some cool temperature because they reflect the color of sky. But if the warm water are very close, yeah, it can be different. Paint when it's wet. It's really good timing. To do something inside, but when it starts to dry, you should be careful. I want to give some textures here, and I will splash the water too. Using those splash fill is really helpful to give some exciting textures. So now I will move to this area, but it's bright, so and warm. I will remove some pigment. And I don't need too many, some dark here, but I also need some cooler tone too. Even the warm area, they have some cooler point. I have to think about the place of signature too. So if you don't think in the during your first step, it can be hard to find for the place, for the right place of your signature. So this is my first wash, and I try to do very simple and spontaneous feel. The first wash can read entire painting because it gives some almost a feel of entire painting. There are plant, one more plant. Also, you can add water. If it's done, you should wait till it dries, or you can use a hair dryer. So I will use hair dryer to reduce the time to dry. So okay, I will turn the mic for a while. So see you soon. Okay. Okay, it's not totally dried, but it's dried enough to do the next step. And as you saw, I use this area to touch the paper. If you touch with your finger this way, your there are some oil something oil from body. So you know water resist about oil. No, oil resist water, right? So it can be cause some problem. So do not touch with this. Just touch like this. If it's cool, your paper isn't dried enough. Okay, so I finished the first wash, so I can continue, but I will concentrate some dark and shadow. So to express shadow, it's very important to starting point. Find the starting point. Well, give us feel of some strong shadows. So also shadow have some perspective. So try to find something. And this building have some different shapes, so you can just play with the shape. And if you bound well, you can not you don't need to express detail in this area. It's a free zone. But if your bind area is not so clear, yeah, you will have some trouble. And also, do not do real clean. Blend some with water, because too hard edge give not so great feel. So I'm just adding some feel with some touch, and people can think it's door or window. So do not try to express everything. Give some chance to people. They can complete the painting in their imagination. So it's a very exciting thing. Give some hint. And this is right bright area, so do not touch a lot, because if touch a lot, it can be darkened. It's not so good. And give some dry brush stroke and also give some describe line. Some kind of line is also great to add. Okay. I think it's done. It's not the main area, so we can stop here. Also, I will go there, but like as this area. So this area is not the focal point. So I will do some work, but not very important work. In this area, you should be careful to use white too much because it's dark. So this kind of line works is possible, but do not very clear or too much detail. It's not the focal area. Just give some hint. Sometimes less is better. Yeah, I told you do not use to touch the paper with your finger, but you can use your finger as a brush. In this case, you can touch. Merge as possible as you can. Then it's very it can give us very good rhythm. Merging can give us good rhythm. Remember for that. So I think this area are done. Don't focus just only one area, but you should look the whole paper. So I move to this area. And in this area, the shadow field is cooler than others. Generally, it's quite cooler than closed area. I give some point describe even it's a little bit far because it's a very interesting point in the painting. Also use some dry brush to give some exciting what? Exciting texture. It's better to give some warm and cool feel together. Then it feel really fresh. Okay. I think it's almost done. Less touch is better. So, yeah, I try to express some this light area wider than dark area. So, and also I changed the ratio of the real original source to paint in wider paper. Blissful is beautiful. Thank you so much and welcome. So most important thing to change ratio is the perspective. You should know about the eye height, eye level, and your vanishing point. If you know that, you can change the scene. So yeah, the most part finished, and you can give more strong textures for express the perspective. Like this line with some dry brush. This the vanishing point. So if you give this kind of feel, yeah, your painting is more reliable in perspective. Then even you change the original source, it gives some great feel. So I think it's done, but I want to add some kind of electric wire. It divide the scene with some exciting textures. One more. This way. Yeah, I think it's good. If you are a beginner, what do you recommend one paint? Simple forms. If you are a beginner, and you love watercolor, maybe fruit is a very good object to try, because the fruit has some shapes and colors, and it's very good to practice light and shadows. So apple, for example, is a very good object to start. And even you paint one apple is great for the watercolor. You can be very satisfied about that. I recommend to my student to paint, to start small one, but after that you can be wider. So first, fruit or some brush is good to paint. Fill your brush the paper, then you can you can wider. So after you paint one object or two objects, then you can paint some table thing. After that you can paint some room or cafeteria. After that you can paint street, like that. So expand your world, but do not start wider scene first. It will be too many things to paint. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, watercolor gives some very spontaneous feel, and you can feel first the water. So just enjoy the water and never ever give up, because sometimes it's very frustrating because it doesn't go as your wish. Water move. Water seems like alive. Thank you. I love your work. Thank you so much. Now the final part is the remove masking tape. It's the most fun part of the painting, because you can have some clear white border. Feels great. But you should be careful. If it's too strong, it can damage your paper. So yeah, it's done. So I use this original source and Saunders Waterford Rough color size. I changed ratio, like as landscape ratio. So it was fun. I hope you were fun too. Okay, yeah, this is the second painting in my English channel. I do painting live in English channel on every Sunday at 9 p.m. EST. So please, if you are interested about painting, welcome. Come to my live and let's talk. Let's talk about watercolor or drawing. I also really like to paint with pen and wash. So my next live will be a pen and wash painting. So don't forget to subscribe my channel and click like. Also click alarm bell button. I will see you in the next live. Be healthy. Thank you so much. Bye.